Hey traders, I'm Legado, market stats commentator here at Global Prime Forex. Today's video is just really a little bit of a self-reflection that hopefully is going to clarify a little bit one of the fronts that at times gets misunderstood. Okay, so essentially you will see that on a daily basis I get to reassess my calls. At times I might actually be sounding fairly constructive towards a particular direction, as it was the case, for example, in the S&P 500. I was actually turning fairly bearish off the 4-hour, even though I did warn that we were still having to clear, we had to clear this daily level of support. In the dollar against the JPY, as I said, I don't want to have involvement in this market as per the 4-hour, but the moment that I see that the SMT is starting to turn higher, and with that is accompanied a break of structure, then knowing that also we have congruence of the daily, then I get to reformulate my ideas and whether or not I want to have involvement in this market. Okay, and this thing can go on, and every single market is going to present us with new information on a daily basis, on whatever type of time frame that you're going to be monitoring. Okay, and the point that I really want to emphasize today is that when it comes to, first of all, very important, kind of like I'm building the house from the base. When it comes to having an edge in the market, my view has always been that it really involves a plethora of different elements. You know, it's about perfecting the equation of having focus, your psychology, having obviously those analytical skills that are going to be building up cases in terms of directions that the markets are going to be headed, understanding the statistics, in other words, recognizing that this is a numbers game or a game of probabilities, having passion, discipline, humility, being humble as a trader. Okay, but as I said, in today's video I really want to touch on the analytical aspect, which is what's most palpable, as my public display in when collaborating with Global Prime really forces me to a certain extent be calling for what you would interpret to be directions that at times you would think are fixed in stone, but this couldn't be further from the truth. And again, this is the whole point of today's presentation, today's little chat with you. So let me tell you, as a trader, it is perfectly fine to be periodically changing your mind in calling the directions of any market. At least that's the way that I see it, as a dynamic order flow intraday trader. I believe the ability that one has to change the thesis on a constant basis, it is actually a gift. It is an advantage. Now, from the external bystander perspective, the one that gets to watch my videos and gets just simply stuck in this very fixated approach of, hey, I'm someone who I just want to know what's going to be the next direction for this Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever. And the only thing that they probably care and matters for them is whether or not the direction is going to be proven right or going to be proven wrong. Now, let me tell you, that's very short-sighted and for the most part irrelevant. If you really want to become a serious professional trader, someone who is either part-time or full-time going to be making a living out of it, you cannot be interpreting my videos in this manner, but rather you need to extract, you need to pull the value where it is. Now, let me keep extending on this subject a little bit. What you should be most focused about is the process that I follow. Whenever I look at a market, I am able to formulate an idea. Even when I have a strongly held opinion, I still gonna let the lower time frames to show me the way by setup triggers, always ready to be proven wrong, actually. Okay, so bottom line, strong opinions are necessary, definitely, to enter trades with conviction, but at the same time, I'm going to be in a position to accept that you cannot be certain all the time. Actually, if you're just certain 50% of the times, but your risk reward is calibrated in a way that you're putting the odds in your favor to make more when you win than when you lose, then that equation is starting to actually look quite bright. Now, at the same time, let me tell you that since risk management, I make the assumption, is something that you're going to be keeping under control, it really should be seen just simply as an anecdote on an individual basis what's going to be the outcome. It is really only when over leveraging yourself that such losses become too meaningful to ignore. Now, let's keep rolling through here. Let's just say that by the next day, as part of my market analysis, I'm presented, as I emphasized before, with new information as it relates to market structures, momentum, levels, intermarket analysis, etc. To me, and I really mean it, it really is a gift to be given the opportunity to reassess and not to be married to one specific direction. I always want to be objectively calling it as it is. Why would you want to be dogmatic with your positions? That's the question that I'm posing to you. You know, to sound smart or be kept accountable in front of an audience that watches your videos. In this case, that would be me. Like, do I really care about always getting it right just to sound smart in front of you guys? To me, that's not the focus, you know. Those that really get it will immediately notice that the gift really resides in being in a position to constantly reappraise earlier thesis. It's all about the process that you follow. Okay, this is very important to remember. At the end of the day, the viewers / traders that will get the most benefit from my videos are going to be the ones that are going to be accepting the randomness of the markets, because they're going to be forcing us to be agile and flexible in our views. I can't really remember who it was who said this. It's a quote, but we have really two classes of forecasters: those who don't know and those who don't know they don't know. And I certainly want to believe that I fall under the first category, because I accept that this is a game of probabilities and I just simply don't know what's going to happen. So to conclude this video, this was really just a self-reflection of my personal belief as it relates to why always being in a state of constant reassessment of market conditions is such a powerful approach. It keeps us humble, and at the end of the day, you just let the market always tell you, be the ultimate teller of whether your thesis is proven right or is proven wrong. And by you taking this approach, you're going to prove yourself that you are humble enough to be trading the markets, and hopefully it is going to be the case for many years and decades to come. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. It was a little bit of a sermon, but certainly one that it's necessary, especially for those that get stuck in the view that this direction that Ivan is calling for today has to be actually proven right all the time. This is just preposterous, and it obviously has no foundation, to be actually supported by. So I'm going to see you all with more videos on Monday. Until then, I hope you have a great weekend, and looking forward to keep studying and analyzing the markets with you all for many years to come. Cheers.